Yo, what's up? It is Kyle with CampusGains.com. I want to help you transform your body in college so that you can come back and impress all your friends and family. And in this video, I'm actually talking about my personal response to a question I got on Twitter. So if you have any questions for me about weightlifting, dieting, getting lean, building muscle, whatever it is, feel free to go to my Twitter. I think my handle is @CampusGains. Go ahead and ask me questions on there. I'd be happy to answer them. Or I might just make a full video about my answer just like this. But I also saw a video by AthleanX that kind of made this question pop up into my mind again, and I'll post a video to that. If you're on CampusGains.com, I'll post the video on the same page as this. But essentially the question was this. I had a random guy, I'd never talked to him before, sent me a personal message, and he said, "Hey Kyle, what is more important? Should I be eating complex carbs or simple carbs before bed?" Now, right away, I knew this guy was a beginner. And the reason I knew this guy was a beginner, because he didn't give me any context to where he was at with his experience right now. Now, someone who's experienced, asking a question like that, they would have given me how long they've been training, how long they've been dieting, maybe an estimation of their current body fat percentage, how much they weigh, how much they can lift on certain lifts, what their goal is. They would have given me all that information, but this guy just jumped right in and said, "What kind of carbs should I eat and when?" Now, right away I knew what the answer was. And the answer was, it doesn't matter. And that's kind of the topic of this video. Depending on where you are in your body fat losing, strength training, muscle building journey, there are things that you don't need to worry about. Not all of the tactics, all of the strategies that you hear about online, reading a textbook, or even from me are going to be relevant to you depending on where you are in the journey. All you need whenever you're focusing on your goal is you need the tips and tactics that will get you from where you are to the very next step. So when I'm talking about, for example, let's say you're not very lean. Let's say you're around 20% body fat or maybe 30%. Let's do 20%. And you're trying to preserve your muscle, maybe gain muscle because you never worked out before, and you're trying to lose body fat at the same time. Now, in order to go from 20% down to 15%, do you need an advanced periodization routine? Do you know what periodization is? If you don't need it. Do you need calorie cycling or carb cycling? Do you need salt? You need to increase your salt intake. Do you need to understand complex carbs and maybe nutrient timing and all those things like that? No. The very basic things you would need to go from 20% down to 15% would be calorie restriction, so eating a caloric deficit, getting enough protein, and then being on a strength training program that has progressive overload. That's it. That's all you would need to go from 20% down to 15%. Hell, maybe even down to 12% or even 10%. So think about if it's like your first day of classes in a new semester, okay? So it usually goes something like this. You have like 3 or 4 classes in one day. You go to each class and it's an introduction. So the professor introduces himself, he hands out the syllabus, and he does an overview of the syllabus. So it's like you got 3 exams, they're each going to be 15% of your grade. By the end of the semester, you're going to have a research paper due that's 8 pages long. Every single week, you're going to have a case study analysis, and you're also going to have these readings that you have to do, blah, 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 blah. Now, do you start doing all of those things the next day? Hell no! That's way too much shit to do. You know that you got like a research paper due at the end of the semester. There's no way you get started on that until probably like a month before. Or if you're stupid, you do it the night before. But that's my point. You know all of these things are going to need to get done at some point, but it doesn't make sense to do them all right away. And that's the same way you have to approach changing your body. If your goal is, if you're at 20% body fat right now and never strength trained before, and you want to get down to a shredded 8% abs showing, good size muscles and fullness, you don't start by doing everything. If you do everything, you're going to fail. because that's just overwhelm you don't need in your life, especially if you're a college student who already has a really busy schedule to do things. So that's my approach to you. And to that guy who sent me a message on Twitter, I didn't say you don't have to do that. I hope I didn't embarrass you or anything. But I just want to let you know that there's a lot less you can do and still get great results. And I want you to take that to heart, not overwhelming yourself, not setting yourself up for failure. Only focus on the strategies that you need right now to get from the point of experience that you are right now to the very next point, which in most cases, it's not as much as you think it is. So thank you for watching this video. If you're watching it on YouTube and you like what you're seeing, please hit that like button and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. If you are on campusgains.com, I'm sure I got some shit for you to click on, so go and click on that shit for me. But this has been Kyle, campusgains.com. Transform your body in college so you can impress all of your friends and family. I will talk to you later.